morning, guys. It's Katie again with Strength in Moms. I think for the first time ever, I finally have my audio visual working correctly. I ordered a stand. that was the key. So, welcome. We are going to do today what I'm calling a strong mom workout. Anyone can do it, men, women, your kids can join in. Mine are currently doing schoolwork. Well, one's sleeping and one's doing schoolwork virtually, but I'm here by myself in the basement. But anyone can join. You can do this at any time. There's no equipment necessary. I have my mat out you don't even need that if you don't care about touching the floor or the carpet, but it's up to you. All you're using today is your body weight. If you'd like to, again, you can put music on in the background. I can't play any music for copywriting laws, so if you'd like to play music, you feel free. Otherwise, we are going to get started. Let's get this warm-up going. Let's march it out. I hope everyone's having a great day, whether it's morning or night, whether you're alive or whether you're doing this later on in the day or later on in the week. We're going to take our march out wide. So this workout's going to take you up and down off the mat. There's going to be minute-long segments, and we're going to go through 4 circuits, changing up the exercises, whether it's focusing on the right side and the left side of the body, up or down off the mat, and now take it side to side, stepping, just warming up our hips, getting our blood flowing this morning. I will talk through a lot of the workout exercises. If there's modifications that are needed, if you message me on Facebook Live right now, I can't see it, so I can just try and talk through some of the modifications. Now pull hamstrings up. Take some deep breaths in. Really feel your core fill up with air. And as you exhale, draw it all back in and tighten it up all the way from the hips up through the diaphragm. And pull those knees forward. And if there is any exercises you'd like to add any weight to, you are more than welcome to. I'm not going to use any today in the video. And roll those shoulders back. But you can always add weights and take them forward. All right, let's take a good deep breath and we will get started. Take a good deep breath up and exhale. All right, so we're going to start off with a little cardio piece. We are going to be using my timer today, if I can find it. In the timer, what that's going to do is it's going to give us minute-long and 30-second-long segments for the different exercises. The first exercise we're going to do is a squat jump, but not in your traditional sense where we're jumping up in the air. We're actually going to be jumping and tapping the ground. What this is allowing us to do is to engage all of our hips and our core. Everything I try and do, just because of my business and who I work with, I'm always trying to strengthen all the muscles around the pelvis and the hips and the core, front, back, and sides. So with that, some of these exercises are less demanding on the impact, which can protect us. All right, so that being said, oh, come on, technology. All right, so first thing we're going to do is a squat jump. You're going to jump out, and as you land, you're going to squat, touching the floor, jump back in. Jump out, touch the floor, out, floor. The whole time, you're engaged with your pelvic floor pulling up, your core is tight, and we are breathing. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's take it down, down, and up, down, and up. Making sure that this is coming from your legs and not from your back. I don't want you leaning over. I want you squatting. If you can't get down to the floor, that's fine. Tap your leg. We're here for just 30 seconds. We've got 10 more seconds. Keep breathing. 5 seconds. And rest. Good. You warmed? All right, squat front kicks. We're here for 1 minute. Squat position, feet are directly underneath your hips. You're gonna sit back in that squat, come up with the right leg, and kick. Alternating right and left. Here we go, start it out. Squat and kick. Good job. This takes me back to the old days when I used to teach kickboxing at the Y. I was there for, gosh, 18 years. What a great facility. Keep it up, keep it up. Well over halfway at this point. Keep breathing. Remember, you're inhaling on the way down and exhaling on the way out. Five seconds. And stop. Awesome. All right, this is one of those exercises where we're going to go with the right leg. Our left leg is planted. We are going to side lunge to the right. Right leg is going to lead. That side lunge, I want my weight on this right leg. I don't want you too far forward. I don't want you too far back. Centered in on that right leg. Take it down as far as you can. Come back up to center. The right leg goes behind you into a curtsy squat. We are here again for 1 minute. Here we go. Right side lunge, center, curtsy squat, center. Good. Up, center. I was thinking my kids would join me on today's workout, but spring break is over, virtually, and we have many projects due now. Good, keep it up. Keep that core engaged, and up. Keep breathing. Almost there, 8 seconds. And last one. And stop. Awesome. We are going to take it down to the mat. I've got some friends following. All right, so we're going to take it down on the mat. You can start off on your hands and knees. This exercise, I call it a grasshopper. I don't know why, but I do. It's probably because someone told me that's what it was called. All right, so from here, you can push back into plank. If you can't hold this plank position, then you can stay down on your knees, but I need your hips forward. And if you were in this position, all you are going to do is open up right and left. The grasshopper move that we're going to do, you're going to go into full plank position. So from this position, I'm going to take my right leg. It's going to go underneath me. My left arm opens, and then you come back down. My left leg underneath me, and my right arm opens. If you notice, nothing here is dipping down. Everything is up and supported. So we're here again for 1 minute. Here we go. Let's get started. Let's start with that right leg under. Open. Back down. Left leg. Open. Down. Keep it up. Your core is engaged. Your belly button is tight. This is working your entire core. Your obliques on the side. Your lower back, as well as your arms and your legs. Keep it up. Almost there. Last one. Open, back to plank, back down, good. Stretch that out for a second in child's pose. And then let's bring it back up to standing. Okay, back to a leg move. We're gonna work our left leg on this one. So we just did our right leg side and curtsy. So now we're gonna do what's called a pendulum lunge with our left leg. You're gonna come into a forward lunge position, stepping with that left leg. Take both knees down to the floor. Both knees down to a 90-degree angle. Come back up to standing. Left leg back to a reverse lunge. Same thing. 90-degree angles and back up to standing. So you're gonna go up, centered, and back. I do not want this. You start to get sloppy, your hips and knees will start to go into funny directions, and it's just not safe. There's no need to speed it up. This is not a cardio move. So we're gonna keep it slow and controlled and work the muscle groups that we intend to do. Here we go. 1 minute. Forward lunge, and then reverse lunge, left leg only. Take it up. Forward lunge, center, reverse lunge, center. Awesome. Forward, together, reverse, together. You can do whatever you want with your hands. If you need balance, you can hold them out. You can put them on your hips. You can put them up. You can even put them straight up. The further away my hands are, the longer this lever becomes, and the more your core has to engage on the movement. Every time I put my hands up in these videos, it makes me realize how long and lanky my arms are. So I'm gonna keep it here in what I call prisoner position. Good, forward and back. One more time, each direction. Forward, up, and back. Up, awesome, and stop. All right, we've got 10 push-ups. You can do them in either full plank position, which is fine. You can put your knees down, which is also fine. If your knees are down, I want your hips forward so that your knees are not underneath your hips and then you're here. That's really, we can work better, a little harder than that. Just take it a little further back and you can take it down and up. Now another way to modify is a lot of people see push-ups and their hands are right here, right directly underneath their shoulders, and you're down into a tricep push-up. You can do that. It just requires a lot of strength from your triceps. So if you're not to that point of being able to do a full plank position with your arms in a tricep position, a tricep push-up position, then don't worry about it. I'd rather you do a push-up than not do one and never get to that point. I can only do a few of them, but if you take your hands out a little wider, you can engage more muscles in your chest and your arms and not isolate the triceps so that all the other muscles can help build as well. So we're gonna do 10 of them. I'm gonna do 5 in regular position, and then I'm gonna do 5 with my knees down so you can see me doing both. All right, so my hands are a little wider just because I'm honest with you. All right, here we go. Taking it down and up, making sure that you're not dipping tricep or your scapula in the back, making sure your shoulder blades are not dropping down, keeping them strong. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to pull my arms in a little bit for my last 5. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right. Round 1. Let's head on to round 2. Grab a sip of water. Round 2 is coming up. All right. Hi friends on Facebook. We did earlier a pendulum lunge, which was the same leg on each direction. We're gonna now add a cardio piece, which we're gonna send our right leg back, So in a reverse lunge, but quicker. This is going to be cardio. So you're going to extend your right leg back. Back to center, kick with your left. It's a Charleston move. It's an old dance. You can add flair if you'd like here, if you want to dance. But the idea is that you're taking the right leg back, left leg is kicking, and we're trying to get our heart rate back up. All right, here we go. 1 minute here on Charlestons. Let's get started. Right leg back, together, and kick. Back, kick. Doing awesome. Keep breathing. Rounds 2 and 4 are a little shorter. There are not as many exercises in the round. Almost there. 15 seconds. So close, so close. I'm noticing how much trainers lie when they're counting down. And we kind of do just make it up. But as many home exercises as I'm doing, and stop, during this quarantine time and isolation, I'm noticing that other trainers do the exact same thing. So it's not just me making up times or adding a second set just cause. But I try and keep it as honest as possible. All right. We're going to do a squat, alternating reverse lunges. So squat center, feet are directly underneath your hips. On this one, you're going to squat, come up, reverse lunge. Squat, and then reverse lunge, other leg. We've got 1 minute. Here we go. Take off. Squat, up, reverse. Squat, reverse. In the squat position, remember to sit back on those heels. I'm going to turn sideways just so you can see my reverse lunge and my squat position. My chest is staying high. My seat is coming down behind me. And I'm not taking my knees too far forward. Squat, up, and reverse. Almost there. And last squat and stop. Good job. The other funny thing, as I've been doing a lot of at-home workouts, is how fast some trainers go. Like, I feel I'm pretty fit, but there are a couple exercises that I don't know how they're going that fast. So if you notice I'm slower, we're going to take it back down to the mat. But there's a couple of trainers that I've done workouts with, and I'm like, I don't understand how you're going that fast in that move and not hurting yourself. All right, we are in push-up position. We're going to be here for 2 different exercises. You're going to hold plank in push-up position is your starting exercise. And then the second part of that exercise is to push back into a downward dog. So we're going to start in plank. If you need to on plank to put your knees down, then you can. Then when you go up to downward dog, push up, and your knees come back down, come back up. Now, in the downward dog, I want you to hold your strength in your shoulders. Your hands are planted on the ground. Your toes are planted on the ground, and you're trying to drive your heels down to the floor and your tailbone up to the sky. So we are here for 1 minute. You're going to follow my alternation. Is that a word? I just made that one up. We're going to alternate between plank and pike position. All right, so hop on up into plank position, whichever one you choose, full body plank or on your knees. Keep breathing while you're here. Feel strong from your hands, through your shoulders, all the way through your body, your quads, your kneecaps, and down to your toes to the floor. Now take a deep breath in. Exhale and push back to downward dog. Hold it here. Keep breathing. Inhale and exhale back to plank. Hold that plank position. Deep breath in. Exhale, push back to pike position. Inhale, exhale, back to plank position. And release. Nicely done. Okay. Last round for this circuit. 10 more push-ups. Again, I'm trying to strengthen my triceps. That's my focus right now. So I'm going to be on my knees. My hands are going to be a little closer, but my hips are going to be forward. You can take this up into full body, your hands wide, or whatever modification you need to. If the last round was too easy for you, then challenge yourself and try it a different position. Whether try and go to full plank position for 5 like I did and then drop back down. Whatever you need, but challenge yourself. This is your one workout you're doing today, then give it all you got. Here we go. 10 push-ups. Taking it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Stretch that out. And come on up. All right. Round 3. Round 3 is similar to round 1. Longer, same or similar exercises, not exactly the same. If we did something on the right, now we do it on the left. But then we also have a couple of different exercises working other parts of our body. So we are starting with our 30-second squat jumps. If you ever want to modify this, you can use a band like this wrapped around your ankles so that when you do your outside position for your squat, you're opening up against a resistance, so you can do that. I meant to share this to you earlier, but I'm not going to do that today. All right, we've got 30-second squat jumps. If you needed a sip of water, grab one and join in when you can. Here we go. 30 seconds. Down and up. Engaged through your pelvic floor, your hips, and everyone has a pelvic floor, not just women. Keep it up, keep it up. Keeping that chest high in the squat. Almost there. And stop. Good job. Okay, we're taking it down to the mat. All right. This time we're gonna be in our supine position, which is facing up. My hands are behind me, my feet are on the floor. So we're gonna work the back side of our body from this position, including our triceps. So we're gonna lift our hips up. You are going to tricep dip, a small one, making sure that your elbows are the thing that's bending and you're not just going forward with your shoulders. So your shoulders should stay right over your wrists. The higher up your rear end is, obviously the further down your dip has to go. But you're gonna dip, come up, kick with the right leg. Dip, come up, and kick with the left. We are here for 30 seconds. Oh, heavens. All right, you ready? Here we go. Bring it on up in your tabletop position. Tricep dip down, up, and kick. Dip, kick, dip, kick. Your body from that tabletop release and raise should be squeezing all from the back side. Down, kick. One more time each side. And release. Good job. All right, hop on up. Now we've got our left leg. our side lunge, center to a curtsy squat, and center. Here we go. For 1 minute. Oops. Let's do this. Side lunge, left leg, side lunge, up, curtsy squat, up. Here we go. Exhale, inhale, good. Inhale, up. You're doing awesome. And up. Oh, and the other reason I was trying to get my kids down here to do this workout with me was they kept asking, are there burpees? And guess what? No burpees. Last one. No burpees in this exercise, in this circuit today. And up, rest. All right. We are back down on the mat. If you need to, again, your knees can be on the floor. We are going to do a plank rotation. So you're holding your plank position. If your knees are on the floor, then you are rotating left and right. If you are up in a full plank position, your hands are directly underneath your shoulders, and you are going to open up right side, back down, and then rotate left and back down. You're going to adjust your feet as you turn to stack or stagger them, whatever is more comfortable for you. All right, we've got 1 whole minute in this position. So breathe. Do not hold your breath. Here we go. Plank position, opening up. Core is engaged. And back down. Open. Open. Keep it up. Keep breathing. Deep inhales and deep exhales. We are almost there. One more time to the left. Back to center and release. Release that back into a child's pose and stretch for just a second. Then we're headed on back up. Okay, we did our pendulum lunges with our left leg. Now it's time to work our right leg. It would be very jealous if we didn't. So we must give it the effort that we gave it with our left side. All right, we've got another minute. Right leg, forward lunge, back to center, right leg, reverse lunge, and back to center. Here we go. Hands either on your hips, up in front or up tall. Right leg, up. Right leg back, up. Good. Forward lunge, up. Reverse lunge, up. Each time, I'm driving my knee down to the floor and back up. So if you saw me from the side, you're going to see 90-degree angles. And up. Good. Almost there. Less than 20 seconds. Keep it up. One more time each direction, forward and reverse. Awesome. Take a deep breath. Oh, one of my favorites. I call these drunken push-ups. And with the amount of glass recycling I'm doing over this break, I find it appropriate. So I'm going to turn my mat a little bit sideways so you can see a little more from the front. We are going to take these from full plank position down to our elbows and back up. But we're going to stay with the same arm as our lead. So for this one, we're going to go with our right. In this position, you can modify again to be on your knees, but again, make sure your hips are driven forward in a plank position from your knees. Not bent, but plank position from your knees. For those of us that are in full body plank position, you are up here and your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. We're going to take it down with our right to our elbows, down with our left, up with our right, up with our left. So if you notice, the down and the up are the hardest two movements. We're staying with the right arm on this. We're doing 10 of these. If you can do that with me, stay with me. Here we go. Full body plank position or on your knees, take it down with the right. Down with right, down left, up, up. That's 1, down, up, 2, down, up, 3. Trying to minimize the movement of your hips. 5, 6, 7, almost there. 8, 9, and 10. Nicely done. All right, hop on up. This time, back to our Charlestons. So now our left leg is going to go back together, and you're going to kick with that right leg. All right, 1 minute. Add your flare. Put your 20s flapper music on, and let's dance. Left back, together. Left back, together, kick. Back and kick. Keep breathing. So this movement should allow kind of your muscles to shake out a little bit, especially after some of these moves where they are holding a position for a duration of time, 30 seconds or a minute. We're just getting our heart rate back up. In an active recovery, we will work our muscles. You got this. Almost there, almost there. So you don't know how much time that is. That's what I think is funny. 10 seconds. And stop. Awesome, awesome. All right, for this next move, you don't have to use anything. But if you'd like to, if you have a towel handy, it gives you a little bit of a visual. We're going to use it down on the mat later on too for an oblique move. Or in this one, you can use a medicine ball or a weight and hold it. But we're going to do a skier squat position. So from here, my feet are closer together and I'm sitting back like I'm going to sit down on a chair. My feet are closer together. I'm going to squat down. As I come out of that squat, I'm going to lift my left leg and I'm going to take the towel down to my left side. So squat down and down to my right. Knee lift, right rotate. So the leg that comes up, the knee that comes up, you rotate towards, working our core. You know the drill. We are here for a minute. Here we go. Holding that towel or that weight or nothing at all, squatting down, rotate, down, rotate, down, rotate. What I want you to think about on that rotation is like you're taking that towel or that backhand and trying to drive something into the ground behind you. Down, down. Your belly button is engaged. Your core is engaged. All the muscles in your glutes are firing, and you're breathing. Great job. One more time each way. And rest. Good. Keep that towel handy. You're going to use that again. All right. Back down to the mat. Now, this time we are here for 30 seconds. And instead of doing the dip with the arms, we're going to make this more of a core exercise. So you have two options. We're going to come up into our tabletop. So this is our starting position. From here, I'm engaged all the way down my abdominals, my core, my back, my glutes, my hamstrings. Everything's engaged and firing right now. My shoulders. I can stay here and I can alternate kicks. So that's first option. Second option is to make a toe touch with your hands. So come back up. As I lift that left leg, I'm going to touch it with my right hand. Right leg, left, up, up. All right? Just rest for a second. We are here for 30 seconds. I'm not going to be able to see the clock, so I'm just going to fake count. All right? Come on up in your starting position. Here we go. Kick together. Kick, kick, touch. Whoop, I have a hair in my eye. Woo. Focus. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Keep breathing. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. All right, roll back over. We did our drunken push-ups with our right arm. Now it's time for our left. If one of your shoulders is bothering you, like sometimes I know several of my friends who tennis team, if your shoulder's bothering you and this irritates it on one side or the other, then take yourself down to your knees. If it bothers you to even do the movement, then what you can do is you can do this against a wall. You can do this against a couch. Here, can you see me? Here, here, up, up. Whatever you can do to modify. Obviously, the flat plank position is the hardest. On knees, shorten your lever is next. And then if you can slowly start raising it, that'll modify it even more. You could even do this against a wall. Angle yourself against the wall, go down and up on the wall. So whichever one you need to do in order to do the exercise. All right, so here we are. Back down, leading with our left arm. So full plank position on your knees, raised or against the wall. Here we go. Left arm down, down, up, up, down, down. That's 2. We've got 10. 3, 4, 5. You got this. Minimize how much your hips are moving. I can feel mine right now. I think that's 7, 8, 9, one more, 10. Nicely done. All right, let's grab that towel. We are taking it down to the mat. You guys are doing awesome. I'm gonna grab a little sip of water. We're gonna use this towel for our first exercise today on the mat. So we're gonna sit in a comfortable position. My feet are gonna be in front of me. I've told you this on previous videos. I I don't like to lift my feet up off the ground when I'm doing oblique work. I start to feel it in my lower back, and my hip flexors are already as tight as guitar strings. So I let my feet kind of rest, but I don't dig them into the floor either. So I could lift them at any time. So I'm not digging them into the floor, but I'm also not lifting them for the exercise. We're gonna do 30 seconds of lean back rotations. So my towel is up. I'm gonna lean back, straight arm rotate to my right, and back up. Lean back, rotate to the left, and back up. You don't need a towel. You can do this just with your arms, but I'm trying to keep your arms straight and less bend. All right, so it's a version of a Russian twist. Here we go. 30 seconds, taking it back. Rotate, back up, and back. Rotate. Good. Back. Rotate. That's it. Back. Back. All right, I lied. We're not here for 30 seconds. I'm gonna be here, it's gonna be closer to a minute because I made up my mind during the first two. We're gonna do 10 of these. Back, and left and right is one. Almost there. This is 8. And up, 9. And up, last one, right and left. Nice, all right. Rolling over, hands and knees. Hands are directly underneath my shoulders. My knees are directly underneath my hips. In a comfortable position, we're gonna do what I call a folded plank. So this is a great modified plank exercise for those people with back issues, or if they're fully pregnant, if they have diastasis recti, which is that starts the separation within the rectus abdominis muscle in the front, and you're doing any kind of modified positions anyway for an injury or something else, this is a great way to work your core, your back, your quads in a plank position. For pregnant people, this is great because you obviously can't lay down on your belly because there's a baby in the way, but you can still work the muscles. So from here, we're gonna bring these up 3 times for a count of 10. So toes are on the floor like I'm gonna push up into downward dog, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hover my knees over the floor about an inch, trying to keep them as close to the floor as possible. Here we go, bring it on up. Hold it, 10, 9, 8, you got this, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. So now that you see how it feels, challenge yourself. Get a little closer to the mat with your knees if you can. Here we go, round 2. Bring it on up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. We've got one more round of these. Making sure each time your belly button is engaged and you should feel the strength coming from your quads. Here we go, last round. Bring it on up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. I just realized if you ever need a modification, if your wrists bother you, carpal tunnel, or like and you're pregnant or anything like that and your wrists bother you, you can put yourself in a fist. Put your hands in a fist, or you can grab 2 dumbbells and use them, and then that keeps your wrists straight. So if I were in that position with dumbbells in my hands, if you can see me, I could do the same movement without flexing my wrist back if that bothers you. All right, let's roll onto our back. You can grab the towel again for this one. It just gives you a little form focus. So we're gonna do our roll-ups. My legs are out. My knees are not locked. They are just outside of locked and slightly bent. My heels are comfortable on the floor. I'm going to roll down. I'm going to have my towel. I have two positions. I can either be here in a starting position, roll up and press up. Or if I need a little momentum, you can have your arms overhead. Use that momentum of pulling your arms forward to get the unzip of the spine started. And then as you lower back down, you re-zip that spine. All right. You know the drill. 1 minute. Here we go. Up. Re-zip. Up. If you need to be here, there's your momentum. And if you still can't do that, you can add a little weight, like 3 or 5 pounds into your hands, and that may get your abdominals to kind of understand what you're asking them to do. Slow and controlled movements. This is one of my favorite exercises. Keep it up. We've got about 10 seconds left. You guys are killing it today. Last one. And up. Awesome. All right. Let's start off on our right side. So this is a great exercise to engage our hips. So runners, cyclists, everyone who does everything very linear, one of the most important things is to strengthen around your hip, as well as the muscles that go around your legs to protect your knees. So you've got quad muscles, but they're not just only in the front. They kind of wrap around on either side and help support your lateral movement side to side. Your hips do the same thing. You've got 3 different glute muscles that all work together, and some of them help our legs go out. So what we're going to do is you're going to lay softly. You can be comfortable. Your upper body, it doesn't matter what you're doing up here. But my legs are stacked. My hips are right on top of each other. From here, my heels are going to stay together, and I'm going to open up my top knee and back down. So you should feel this on the back side. So I don't want you to have to rotate to open it, because now you're engaging your core. I want your body to stay closed, and this to only come from your butt. Just to say it simply, no fancy words. This is coming from your butt. Keep it up. You guys are doing awesome. Almost there. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Now, staying in this position, you're going to straighten that top leg. So I'm on my mat, so it's going to give me a perfect visual of where to go. My bottom leg is going to stay bent like it just was. From that top, or with the top leg, you're going to tap your foot in front of you. I'm going to try not to use my hands, and then I'm going to arc it back and tap it behind me. So I'm going up and over the edge of my mat. We're going to do that 10 times. Here we go. Bring it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. All right. What goes on the right goes on the left. Here we go. Laying on our other side now. Legs are stacked. Heels on top of each other. Hips are stacked. Opening up, right knee up and down. Every time I get on the floor in any room, like this to do a core workout, I realize all the stuff that's underneath all the couches and the cabinets. I mean, unbelievable. 2 more. Last one. All right, straighten that right foot. Here we go. Arching up and over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. You ready for your last piece? Here we go. We have 1 minute plank. You can, if your shoulders bother you, if this bothers your shoulders, sorry, to be on an elbow plank, then you can come up into full push-up position, plank. That's harder on the shoulders, or I'm sorry, that's harder on vice versa. If this bothers your shoulders in full push-up position, you take it down to your elbows. If this bothers you or it's too hard, you can take it down to your knees. But we are here for 1 minute. This is our last exercise. Oh, Jiminy Christmas. Here we go. Join me in plank, whichever one you want. We're going to add things into this one. So you're here for a minute. You're breathing. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure that you're not drawing your hands into the floor. You're in a comfortable position. Now from here, you're going to add a hip dip if you can. Side to side. Keep breathing. One more time each side. And hold. Now you're going to take both knees, tap the floor, back up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. 3, 2, and time to stretch. You guys did awesome. Sit back in child's pose. Hold that stretch. I'm going to say hi to everybody who's watching. Hi, friends. Thanks so much for joining. All right. Come on up to a seated position. Butterfly pose. A good stretch for the inner thighs. We did this side lunges and curtsy squats. So drop those knees to the floor. Make sure your shoulders are dropped. You can drop your head to your right side and hold that stretch. Roll that head forward, over to the other side. Feel that stretch. You should be feeling these stretches in your neck. Good. Roll it back forward again, and then come on up. Let's come on up to standing. All right, grab that right foot in your hand. Remember, it's not so much of how you flex your knee, it's about how far back you press your knee. So from here, you need to hold on to your ear, I've seen, reach up in the air, a chair next to you, and release. Same thing, left side. You're doing awesome. Great job today. Feet both on the floor. Take your hips, bending your hips, tailbone goes back. Feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Good. If you want to take this a little deeper on your hamstrings, you can walk your hands to one foot. Kind of pull yourself a little deeper into that right leg. So if I'm on my right leg, you'll feel that stretch a little deeper on your right hamstring. Walk it back center and take it over to the left. And walk it back center. Roll on up. A couple big shoulder rolls back. Open up your chest. Couple shoulder rolls forward. Open up your back. One good deep breath and you are all done. All the way down. Thank you guys so much.